All right, so we're back for another deep dive, and today we're looking at side hustles.
Yeah?
You can start with no money sound.
Yes.
And we're basing this on a YouTube video by Tesso Gamba.
Mm.
Now, I think a lot of our listeners are probably here because they're thinking,
Mm.
how can I get some of that extra cash?
Right.
How can I maybe, escape the 9 to 5?
Yeah.
So Tessa's making some pretty bold claims about
Hey.
these opportunities.
Sound
So
like
let's
that.
see if they really hold up.
Yeah, it's a really timely topic, I think.
Yeah.
More and more people are looking for that financial independence and that flexibility.
Right.
And what I thought was interesting about Tessa's approach is she really emphasizes,
Yeah.
leveraging what you already have,
Yeah.
your existing skills.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily need some specialized training or
Yeah.
a bunch of money to get started.
Yeah, and she dives right in with the virtual assistant, the
Yeah.
VA, and she calls this the easiest and fastest to launch.
Right.
Now, that sounds tempting, especially for people like us who like the idea of working from anywhere.
Yes.
But, is there enough demand out there
Right.
to make this, a reliable way to
Yeah.
get that income?
The demand is really exploding, I think.
Right.
If you think about it, the number of, solopreneurs,
Yeah.
online businesses,
Mhm.
it's just growing and growing and growing.
Right.
And they all need help with these tasks that
Yeah.
a lot of times they don't have time for
Yeah.
or, frankly, don't enjoy doing.
Right.
So we're talking about, email management,
Mhm.
scheduling,
Yep.
bookkeeping even.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So there's a lot there.
Yeah, so Tess found that Kenyan VAs were earning
Oh, wow.
between 250 and 2,000 shillings per
Yeah.
hour.
Interesting.
And she mentioned that U.S.-based VAs
Mm-hmm.
were averaging something like $20 an hour,
Okay.
and some were even hitting 6 figures monthly.
Wow. Now, those numbers definitely catch your eye.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, how realistic it is to actually get to that.
Right.
sort of-
So you have to put it in context, right?
Yep.
So when you convert those Kenyan shillings,
Yeah.
you're really looking at something like $2 to $18 an hour.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, those 6-figure incomes,
Right.
they definitely happen, but they're definitely outliers.
Right.
I think what's more realistic
Yeah.
and still really promising
Mm-hmm.
is the potential to just build a solid income stream
Oh, okay.
over time.
Right.
You're really running, your own little business as a VA.
Right. So it's not just, hopping on a platform
Not
and
only
taking
that.
whatever gigs come your way.
Yeah.
She does mention some sites
Mm-hmm.
like People
Mhm.
Per Hour, Indeed, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you really need a strategy to
Yeah.
stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. And that strong portfolio
Yeah.
is going to be essential.
Think about really showcasing your skills
Yeah.
in a way that's, tailored to the clients
Right.
that you want to attract.
Okay.
And don't underestimate networking.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes reaching out directly
Yeah.
can be a lot more effective
Okay.
than, just passively applying for
Right.
jobs.
Yeah.
So we've got a sense of the VA world.
Yeah.
Now, this next one really caught my attention.
Okay.
Tess drops this stat that 72% of the world
Oh,
does not speak English.
that's a lot of people.
I mean, that's a huge market right there.
Yeah, it is.
So, I think it really underscores
Mm-hmm.
how valuable it is
Yeah.
to speak English fluently.
Yeah. Something a lot of us just
Yeah.
take for granted.
Absolutely.
But think about it,
Mhm.
English is the language of
Yeah.
global business.
Yeah.
It's the language of the internet,
Mhm.
entertainment.
Mhm.
Over 1 billion people are learning English.
Really?
So there's this massive demand,
For teachers and tutors.
and you don't need a teaching degree,
That's right.
which is a huge plus.
Huge.
Tess points to platforms like italki and Preply
Okay.
as good ways to connect with students.
Mm-hmm.
She even found some tutors making over $550 a week.
Wow.
So it seems like the earning potential is really there.
Yeah, so the typical range is something like $10 to $40 an hour.
Yeah.
But those higher figures
Yeah.
are often, they involve more specialized skills or
Yeah.
coaching experience. It's
Yeah.
not just about grammar drills
Right.
these
Yeah.
days.
Right.
People want conversational fluency
Mm-hmm.
or they want help with very specific things
Okay.
like business English.
So there's room to kind of niche down
Yes,
and
though.
cater to those needs.
Yeah.
Now, Tess does have that sponsored segment
Yes.
about Skillshare,
Uh-huh.
and, she highlights this as a good resource
Yeah.
for developing those business skills.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, you don't have to sign up, but I do think platforms like this can be helpful
Yeah, they can be.
for gaining confidence
Mhm.
and knowledge,
And that's so important.
especially if you're new to all this
Mhm.
entrepreneur stuff,
Mhm.
is just a reminder that, even investing in yourself
Yes.
can be a valuable thing to do.
Absolutely.
But let's move on to something I'm really curious about.
Okay.
This skills trainer hustle.
Okay. Yeah.
This is where your passions
Mhm.
can really come into play.
Yeah.
And I think the demand is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
I was recently looking for a fitness coach myself,
Oh, wow.
and it's clear that people are willing to pay
Yeah.
for expertise
Mm-hmm.
in areas where they want to improve.
Yeah.
And it's not just fitness.
Right.
Tess mentioned cooking, dancing,
Mhm.
even TikTok expertise.
Interesting.
It's really about packaging what,
Yeah.
into a service that people will pay for.
That's it.
Now, in terms of pricing, she did find that fitness trainers
Okay.
often charge around $20 a session.
Okay.
So that's a good benchmark, I think, for
Yeah.
people to start thinking about their own rates.
Yeah, and it's not enough to just set a price, right?
Yeah.
You have to get the word out.
So marketing is crucial.
Absolutely.
And Tess gives some good tips there.
Yeah.
Creating visuals with Canva,
Mm.
using social media,
Yeah.
setting up that Google business profile.
Right.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is a Google business profile?
So it's this free tool
Okay.
from Google
Okay.
that lets you manage how your business appears in search results.
Okay.
So it's kind of like your online storefront,
I see.
even if you don't have like a physical location.
Oh, that's great.
So potential clients can easily find,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
contact info,
Yeah.
your services, even reviews.
Yeah. So it's all about making it easy for
Yeah.
people to find you.
That's it.
Okay. So we've got VAs.
We've got English tutoring,
Yeah.
Skillshare
Right.
for those extra skills,
Right.
and turning your passion
Mm-hmm.
into a training gig.
Mm-hmm.
What else does Tess have for us?
Well, next up is something that a lot of people, I think, dread.
Okay.
Resumes.
Oh, yeah.
But that dread is your opportunity.
Interesting. Okay.
Because so many people struggle with this.
Right.
Trying to take their experience
Yeah,
and turn it into this, compelling resume.
Right. And if you have a knack for writing
Yeah.
and presenting information clearly,
Mm-hmm.
this could be a really valuable service.
Yeah. And this actually ties back to that VA hustle, too.
Okay.
Because those writing skills
Yeah.
are so transferable to
Yeah.
so many different side hustles.
So Tess's research shows that resume writers can charge anywhere from $40 to $400 per resume,
That's impressive.
and even more,
Wow.
depending on the complexity. So,
Okay.
some people might dismiss resume writing as a side hustle.
But it sounds like you could actually make a good living doing this.
Absolutely.
So how do you find clients?
So Tess really emphasizes social media marketing.
Okay.
Platforms like Fiverr can be useful,
Mm-hmm.
but I think building your own online presence
Right.
can be even more sustainable in the long run.
So it's not just about
Yeah.
having the skills. It's
Mhm.
about being able to showcase them.
It's about getting the word out there,
Right.
showing people what you can do.
And I think that applies to
Yeah,
pretty much any side hustle.
absolutely.
Right.
Whether you're a VA,
Yeah.
a language tutor,
Mhm.
or, a resume whiz,
Yep.
you've got to get that brand out there
Right.
and let people know what you can offer.
This is great.
Yeah.
We've already uncovered 4 different ways to
Yeah.
potentially make extra money,
Mm-hmm.
and all without needing
Right.
any upfront cash.
Yeah.
So Tess is definitely delivering on her promise.
I think she is.
She
is.
At least in this first part.
Yeah, and what I appreciate is she doesn't just give you the idea.
Mm-hmm.
She gives you a framework for
Right.
thinking about it.
Okay.
How can I take these
Yeah.
existing skills and passions
Right.
and turn them into something
Yeah.
that actually makes money?
So it's really about taking ownership.
It is.
Not waiting for permission
Well,
or, hoping for a lucky break,
Mhm.
but saying, okay, I
Yeah.
have something.
Yeah.
I can offer this.
Mhm.
Let me go out there and do it.
Right. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We've got more to cover
Mm-hmm.
in Tess's video.
Okay.
So stay with us as we continue this deep dive
Let's do it.
into the world of zero cash side hustles.
Sounds good.
It's really fascinating how Tess dismantles that whole thing of,
Mhm.
I don't have money to start.
Right.
Like, it really is about being resourceful,
Yeah.
not about, having a ton of cash.
Right. It's
Right.
leveraging what you already have.
Exactly. Your skills,
Yeah.
your knowledge,
Yeah.
your passions
Right.
to create those income streams.
Yeah. And I think that resonates with so many people
Mhm.
because it's that idea that
Yeah.
I can take control. I
Mhm.
don't have to be held back by these traditional barriers.
Yeah.
Tessa's showing us you don't need a business degree.
Yeah.
You don't need tons of capital to
Well,
get started.
And she's very practical, too,
Yeah.
about her approach. She doesn't just say,
Right.
go market yourself.
Yeah.
She gives you, like, tangible things.
Like
Canva
that.
for visuals, social media,
Yep.
the Google Business Profile we talked about. These are all things
Yeah.
that anyone can do.
It makes me wonder, you know,
Yeah.
why someone chooses to start a side hustle in the first place.
Mm.
I mean, is it purely financial?
Well, I think the
Yeah.
can be really diverse.
Right.
You know, some people are looking for that financial freedom,
Yeah.
wanting to supplement their income, maybe escape the 9-to-5 completely.
Okay.
Others might be,
Right.
you know, exploring a passion project
Yeah.
that could turn into something bigger.
Yeah. And that's appealing to me.
Yeah,
That flexibility,
Yeah.
being your own boss.
absolutely.
I mean, that's
very appealing.
huge these days.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
about creating those options and opportunities.
Right.
And, you know, there's also that sense of accomplishment
Yeah.
that comes from building something yourself.
Right.
Even if it's small,
Mm-hmm.
that ownership
Okay.
can be really motivating,
Yeah. But we do need to be realistic, right?
of course.
I mean, starting a side hustle, even one with no upfront costs,
Yeah.
still takes
Well, I
time
mean,
and effort.
Yeah, it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
It takes dedication,
Mm-hmm.
discipline,
Yeah.
willingness to learn and adapt.
Okay.
You know, there will be challenges, there will be moments of doubt,
Yeah.
and probably a learning curve,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you choose.
So should we talk about potential challenges?
Sure.
What are some things,
Yeah.
you know, to watch out for?
Well, time management
Yeah.
can be a big one.
Right.
You know, when you're juggling a
Uh-huh.
side hustle on top of everything else,
Yeah.
you have to be really good about planning and prioritizing.
Okay.
It's easy to get overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
if you don't set realistic goals
Right.
and boundaries.
Burnout is a risk too.
It is, especially if you're
Yeah.
really passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to just pour all your energy into it
Right.
and neglect other parts of your life.
Right. So self-care is
Yeah.
so important.
Absolutely.
Setting those boundaries.
It's not selfish.
Right.
It's essential
Yeah.
for long-term success.
And also remembering that, you know, building something successful
It takes time.
takes time. It's
Yeah.
not going to be an overnight success.
No.
You
No.
know, manage those expectations.
Yeah. So finding that balance, I think,
Mm-hmm.
between that passion and that pragmatism,
Yeah.
you need the enthusiasm
Mm-hmm.
to fuel you,
Right.
but you also need to be realistic about the work involved.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, reach out to people.
There are so many resources out there, online communities,
Mm-hmm.
mentorship programs,
Yeah.
even just talking to friends and family
Right.
who understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah. That network is so valuable.
Yeah.
It's not just for advice, but
Yeah.
just for encouragement and support along the way.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, continuous learning
That's right.
is so important.
Mm-hmm.
The world of side hustles
Yeah,
is constantly evolving.
it is.
So you have to be ready to adapt and be open to new ideas.
Absolutely. Platforms like Skillshare can be helpful,
Yeah.
not just for specific skills,
Yeah.
but also for that broader business knowledge.
Okay, so we've covered the how, the why of side hustles.
Mhm.
We've touched on some challenges.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the big question.
Okay.
Is it actually possible
Yeah.
to make a living
Hard
from a
thing.
side hustle?
That's the question.
Or are we just talking about
Yeah.
extra pocket money?
Well, the truth is,
Yeah.
it depends.
Yeah.
There are so many success stories of people who've turned their side hustles
Right.
into their full-time gigs,
Yeah.
but it's not a guarantee.
Right.
It really depends on the hustle,
Mm-hmm.
the market,
Right.
your dedication,
Yeah.
and, you know, a little bit of luck.
Yeah. Tess did mention
Okay.
that potential for six-figure incomes as a VA,
Yeah.
but she also emphasized it's not about
Go rich quick.
No, it's about building something sustainable.
Yeah.
It's about treating it like a business,
Okay.
not just a hobby.
Right. Having clear goals,
Absolutely.
tracking your progress,
Mhm.
constantly looking for ways to improve your
Yeah.
offerings.
Those are all hallmarks
Okay.
of a successful side hustle.
Now, I know you like to keep an eye on trends.
I do.
Are there any statistics
Oh, yeah.
or data out there
Hmm.
that point to this growing popularity?
Yeah. Recent studies show
Yeah.
that a huge percentage of people are already side hustling,
Okay.
and the trend is only growing. It's being driven by,
Yeah.
you know, the gig economy,
Mhm.
technology,
Right.
the desire for more flexibility and control.
So it's not just a fringe movement.
Yeah.
This is like
It's becoming mainstream.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
It's almost like entrepreneurship
Right.
has become
Yeah.
more accessible.
In a sense. Yes.
Because those traditional barriers,
Right.
that capital investment,
Mm-hmm.
the physical storefront,
Yeah.
they're less important.
Yeah, they're becoming less relevant.
Right.
Online platforms and digital marketing
Yeah.
have really leveled the playing field.
So even if you don't have a business degree or tons of money,
Right.
you could still
Yeah.
create something successful.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
using your skills in these online platforms.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
It is. It really is. It's
Yeah.
a testament to human ingenuity
Right.
and the desire to create something of value.
Now, I know we've thrown a lot
Yeah.
at our listener today. So let's bring it back
Okay.
to those 4 side hustles that
Yeah.
Tess highlighted.
Uh-huh.
What advice would you give to someone who's maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by the choices?
It's easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think the key is to start with self-reflection.
What are you good at?
Right. What do you enjoy?
Yeah. What are you naturally drawn to?
Yeah. What problems can you solve for
Yeah.
other people?
That's great advice.
Okay.
Once you've kind of narrowed it down
Mm-hmm.
based on,
Right.
your strengths and passions,
Yeah.
then it's time to do some market research.
Okay.
Are people willing to pay
Yeah.
for this thing you're offering?
Right.
What are the rates? What are the,
Yeah.
online communities or resources
Yeah.
that you can tap into?
So it's self-awareness
Yeah.
plus understanding the market demand.
Exactly.
You don't want to spend all this time and energy on something that's not going to work out.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
You might not get it right the
Right.
first time,
Yeah.
but that's part of the learning process.
That's how we learn.
Yeah.
Right.
The important thing is to
Yeah.
take action
Yeah.
and start building that momentum.
I love that. Embrace the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Be open to changing your approach.
Exactly. Each
Yeah.
step,
Yeah.
even the missteps,
Right.
can be a lesson.
And it's important to remember there's no one size fits all
That's right.
solution.
What works for one person
Right.
might not work for another.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you
Mm-hmm.
and your skill set.
I think we've covered a lot
We have.
in this deep dive, from Tessa's specific recommendations
Yeah.
to these broader trends
Yeah.
that are shaping the future of work.
Right. Yeah.
It's clear this is a topic that's really resonating with people.
What I find fascinating is
Yeah.
this goes beyond
Mhm.
just making money.
Right. It's about,
It's about empowerment.
yeah.
It's about creativity.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the possibility of shaping your life
Yeah.
in a way that reflects your
Well-
passions and your values.
Yeah. And that's a really powerful message to
Exactly.
leave our listeners with.
Yeah, you have the power
Mhm.
to create your own opportunities.
Right. These side hustles are
Yeah.
just examples. Yeah.
Blueprints.
Right.
But the possibilities are endless.
And the journey itself
Yeah.
can be so rewarding.
it can be.
Right. You'll learn new things.
Yeah, you'll meet new people.
Expand your network.
You'll discover hidden talents
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never knew you had.
So take what you've learned,
Mm-hmm.
embrace that entrepreneurial spirit,
Yeah.
and start building
Yeah, right.
your own path to success.
One side hustle at a time.
One side hustle at a time. It's inspiring to hear about people taking control of
Yeah.
their financial futures,
Mm-hmm.
creating something of their own.
Right.
I feel like Tessa's video is kind of like
Yeah.
a call to action.
It is.
It's like,
yeah.
break free.
Yeah, break free from those limitations.
Yeah, those
There are no
limitations that
chances.
we
Yeah,
put
yeah.
on ourselves.
Yeah, and it's about shifting that mindset
Okay.
from I can't
Right.
to how can I.
Yeah.
Tess reminds us
Mm-hmm.
that we all have something valuable to offer.
Okay.
It's just about finding it
Yeah.
and sharing it.
And sometimes that biggest obstacle
Mm.
is ourselves, right?
Yeah.
It's that fear,
Oh, the fear.
the
Yeah.
self-doubt. Those voices in our heads
Voices.
that say, we're not good enough,
Yeah, or it's too risky.
too risky.
Just stay where you are.
Yeah.
It's safe here.
It's comfortable.
Right.
But, sometimes you have to push past that.
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's say someone's listening
Yeah.
and they're feeling fired up,
Okay.
ready to take action.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step?
So I would say
Yeah.
go back to those 4 side hustles we talked about.
Okay.
Which one really resonated with you?
Yeah, which one kind of
Mm-hmm.
sparked something
Yeah.
in your mind?
Yeah. What got you excited?
Excited.
You know what felt like
Yeah.
a possibility?
It's about trusting your gut.
Yes. Trust your gut.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you naturally drawn to?
Exactly. Not just what you think
right.
will make money the fastest.
Yeah. Once they've identified that potential side hustle,
Hmm.
then it's time to do some research.
Absolutely.
Right.
What skills do I need?
Okay.
What are the typical rates?
Yeah. Are there online communities?
Are there
Resources? Yeah.
where I can learn from other people?
So it's self-awareness
Yeah.
plus understanding the market.
And let's not forget marketing.
Right. How do I get those clients?
Yeah, how do you reach those people?
How do I build my brand?
So Tess gives some good starting points there.
Mm-hmm.
Social media,
Yeah.
LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
Fiverr, Upwork,
Okay.
that Google business profile for local stuff.
Now it can feel overwhelming,
It can.
but you don't have to have
Yeah.
it all figured out on
No,
day one.
You don't need a perfect business plan.
Right. Yeah, just take those first steps.
Take those steps.
Learn as you go.
Okay.
Experiment.
And-
Adapt.
And remember,
Yeah,
it's a journey,
it is.
right?
Yeah.
It's not a destination.
And it's crucial to find support,
Support, yeah.
connect with other people,
Okay.
find a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
join those online communities.
That network is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah, it is.
We've talked about inspiration,
Mm.
research support,
Yeah.
but there's one more piece
Oh, yeah.
I want to touch on.
What's that?
Mindset.
Oh, mindset. Yes.
Building a side hustle
Yeah,
takes resilience.
absolutely.
You need that
Yeah.
persistence
Mhm.
to push through those challenges.
The challenges are going to come.
Yeah, the doubts.
The doubts, the learning curve.
So how do you
Yeah.
cultivate that kind of mindset?
It comes back to your why.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
For purpose.
What are your goals?
Yeah.
When you have that strong why.
It's easier to weather the storms.
Right.
And stay focused
Stay purpose on the big picture.
and celebrate those wins.
Yes, celebrate the wins.
the way.
No matter how small.
Right.
Give yourself credit.
Yeah.
You're doing something amazing.
So we've covered a lot
We have.
in this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've talked about side hustle ideas, how to get started,
Yeah.
mindset
Plus,
support.
It's been a journey.
It has.
Yeah.
And what's so fascinating is
Mhm.
it goes beyond just making money.
Yeah, it's about,
It's about empowerment,
yeah,
creativity,
Mhm.
shaping your life
right.
to reflect your values.
And that's what makes
Yeah,
this more than just a deep dive into
Okay.
side hustles.
absolutely.
It's about unlocking possibilities.
Yes, it is.
And realizing that you have the power
You have the power.
to create the life you want.
So to our listener,
Yeah.
take what you've learned, embrace that entrepreneurial spirit, and start building your path.
Yeah.
One side hustle,
One step.
one step at a time.
You got this.
You got this.